Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I'm in the new control room of the station. From here we have a relatively good overview over the ship and over the state of the rest of the station, and can see some things that changed. But mainly you can see we have some monitors to take a look at at some of the scripts I have introduced to the whole thing here, because Taladine's inventory, Tim is broken. I had to find something else to use. The only two that updated, I think, are Izzy and NDS. And I wanted to take a look at the NDS inventory manager. The NDS inventory manager is it still has a few problems, and I'm not sure how to do certain things with NDS that Tim, for example, can do, like unload ships automatically, and to maybe lock certain inventories from it away. So you can do that with Tim. You can just say this inventory is Tim locked, and then Tim doesn't react to it anymore. Otherwise, any inventory that's empty or that has nothing, no settings to it, it will react to and will automatically grab everything and pull it into the setup inventories. NDS has the same, and I have to take a look again to find the way it can lock inventories. That's one thing I would like to take a look at. You can see it has info screens like Tim has. It does one thing that Tim doesn't do, and that's, I'm not sure if I like it, if I like it or if I don't like it. So I've out there, we will take a look at it in a second. There's shooting going on. Do I have to take a look at this? I might have to take a look at this. So I changed the turrets, but I'm not sure if I already told you that. And now I have interior turrets here, but they are a bit louder and take sometimes a bit longer than the laser turrets. They don't have this immediate impact that the laser turrets have. In here, by the way, I have one of the interior turrets, but a modded version. This is also a laser version. That's why I had to go for this small base, because it is just available in the small version, in the small grid version. Okay, back to the info panels. Yeah, it does something nice that I think is really cool. So you can set up your own quotas. You can do that with Tim 2. You can set that up for all the packages. This is ore. I don't have set up a quota. I just want to see what I have. That's quota for ingots. You can see that some of the quotas are fulfilled 999% over. Yeah, it's just saying here the quota is completely fulfilled, and then it does nothing with it. So it just gives you the information that there is a quota, it is fulfilled. With the components, it is different, because with the components you can see that the quota that I've set up is really closely fulfilled. So 102, there's just 10,021. If you have too many components, NDS will pull them into assemblers and disassemble them. So you set up a quota, and it's only if you set up a quota for that. If you don't set up a quota for it, then it does nothing with it. And you could go and say, even I want to have a minus quota, -1 for example, then it will just disassemble all the components that come in. And you then get the ingots from that. I have to say that's one thing I don't see the negatives yet. I have the feeling there could be negatives to it, but at the moment it feels like a positive because I have all the necessary ingots constantly and it just uses them up when I need it. And it if there's more of the needed stuff, then it will keep close to the quota and will even give me back, if I bring back, for example, if I bring in stuff, it will rather give me ingots than to completely throw the quota off whack. That's pretty neat. I can see all the cargo containers here and how much they are filled up. By the way, you can see that there is a second cargo drone. We will take a look at that. We have the total cargo capacity and then ingots, and that's for the different things. You can set up all the things. Same way. Say I want an ingot storage, I want a component storage, and it's pretty neat. This one, nothing cute, is I think a really nice thing to see. It just goes into the assemblers and tells you, okay, there's an assembler that's doing this and that. Tim just tells you assembler 1 is producing this at the moment. This one does the same, but in words with numbers, and doesn't say just it is producing this. Tim does that by displaying a number for the refinery or for the assembler it is working with, and then it has the number there that blinks whenever one of the assemblers is producing one of the things there. Pretty neat. Good. NDS, one thing that you have to say is the script is really ugly. So I wouldn't know my way through there. Some of the scripts I could go and say, I'm pretty sure you could clean that up, and maybe the guy will do that at one point. Maybe he's just writing still on there. What NDS does is pretty neat, and I want to get away from this really quick. You can make all the changing in the custom data of the component quotas. So you can set up your own quotas here. You can even set up quotas for canisters, for ammo, and for all of this, for ingots, for ores, and then it gives you the toggles where you can go and, for example, say, I want that ice is spread to all the generators, or I want to spread uranium over all the reactors in the same way. And I've turned that off because I don't want it to automatically pull ice into some things, or I want to set up the ice, the O2 generators on my own, and the reactors I want to fill for the moment. And if I need them filled with something, I will take a look if I can just say, okay, NDS, there's not enough uranium in there, just refill that. It's that empty assemblers, pretty neat. It empties out assemblers if the assembler doesn't react too fast to what I wanted to produce and all that stuff, and it takes out, I think, all the disassembled ingots. I didn't understand what the loadouts thing is. I have the feeling that is where you can set up, fill up things, fill up this container with this much of this. But I will take a look at that. Arrange blueprints and refineries. I'm okay with that. I will let it do stuff with the refineries as I let Tim do stuff with the refineries. Spread ammo true. I'm okay with that. So if I have guns, I have ammo for them, then just spread it to all of them. And then there is some more settings for the panel keywords. For example, you can set your own keywords, your own names. I will just stay with what it is. Inventory panel and the mod panel. That's the name for the LCD panel that you want to set up. The thing is, it does everything on its own. It completely configures the LCD panel on its own. So if you set it up, then it does everything. I'm pretty sure you can turn that off somewhere. It has for all these things, it even has a panel for modded materials. So if you want to have your modded materials show up, then you use that. There seems to be a way to set it up where it spans basically displays. I haven't figured that out yet. I will do that. And then there is action limits. You can set up how fast it should take out stuff of the assemblers if that didn't work, and all this stuff. The ticks, basically it runs itself, and I really like it, but we will see if in the future there's more to it. Oh man, the spiders start to go on my nerves, by the way. They pop out of the ground, and that's something I really don't like. I've also set up automatic displays again, but realized that automatic displays really just works if it's directly on the grid. So sadly, this doesn't work. It would work for this grid, but it wouldn't work for this screen. But I have the power situation that, by the way, got updated too. Now there's turbines on it and the hydrogen generators, so they show up now in the powers display. That's a really, really nice thing. But let us go out. I've worked over the weekend, and that's why I'm kind of bringing you up to date. Sorry for not having all the crazy build today. Most of the time what I did was go and reorganize myself, kind of. I had to put a refinery down and an assembler here, so I also need storage, and I started to dig again, so we hopefully will get storage soon and all that stuff. But you can see I've cleared out the landings field a bit here, and we have the drones on this side now, and we have this contraption here that will later be moved. But I made a second drone. I just built it with a projector and all that stuff. I think you saw that, and then I configured it, and you see that this is different. This is different. That's okay. It is hooked up to the mining machine and this grid, and this is the original drone. It is also hooked up to the static grid and this grid. That's neat. You can have different connectors for one grid, and this drone will always fly to this one, and this drone will always fly to this one. This one is, by the way, set up with a sorter, so it will get emptied out. This drone didn't change. I just removed the mining machine from it, so I can just let this lift off, go to the station, and come back if I want. And this is just normally connected. This one is more interesting. I have this button now and this screen. This button sends it sends a start next or next start order. Give me a sec. Command might be the better word, but it is the command to go to the next station. So if I would press it now, it would go to the mining machine. And these here are from one of the, it sounds dumb, the remote control scripts, where you basically can give over the radio. You can order a timer block, this one, to do certain things. Relatively easy to set up, I have to realize. You go in and put this is the, I don't know, It is the Atop transmitter and receiver, but the guy that wrote this made it a bit easier. Let us take a look what it is. It is just to give proper credit for this one is simpler transmit receive, I think. Simpler transmit receive, and there's no name in it. Or is it the other one? Oh, okay. I'm losing here. So it's. I think it's in my pack. So otherwise, I will put that in. It doesn't work perfectly. There seems to be a problem with it. It says when you set it up that there is one of the parameters is not right. You should use a different one, but it still works. So, okay, this accepts you connect it to an antenna, one on the grid. You can just set that up however you want, and you put in a timer with the order what you should do. This timer does basically next start, so it changes over to the next thing and then starts the drone. That's a thing you can do with a timer. We talked about that. I would like it if I could get contact with one button with a control, with a remote control, but it doesn't seem to work. And this is the other thing. You set up a programmable block connected to an antenna, and then you order the command, a command to the programmable block via the run feature, an argument with the name of the timer block, and then it starts the timer block. So we can see that one button press, this thing goes. And the cool thing is, if I want, come on, we will let it fly away just so you don't feel that I'm betraying you. We can immediately call it back with that. And it will go to this point, park there, and then it is ready to go again. And we will let it go. I have set up I've picked a new place for the mining machine. It sits there and mines some silicon. Nothing special. I didn't change anything there, but that's pretty neat. We can take a look, by the way, at what Andy's has done, or how to set up Andy's. Andy's is, when it comes to certain things, really simple. I have the feeling that it works with the custom data. It's pretty nice. So I've just placed down here, I've placed some cargo containers, the smaller one and this one. And the only thing you have to do is you take the large cargo container, go into custom data and add ores. Done. Andy's uses this now as an ore container and has put all the ores that I still have in here. The same, and that's one thing that I really like, is it does that for tools too. So with tools, it puts in all the tools, the ammo and stuff that is that is seen as tools, it puts that in here. And I'm pretty sure it could even split that up. I have basically set it up in a way where it accepts everything from, it just brings in everything into the ship here for now. I don't have storage, a lot of storage on the station, so that works out. One thing I need to take a look at, and that's something that we will do, is we will go to the mining machine. I didn't want to do it, but the mining machine has one problem. The connector is set up in a way where it fills the connector with junk, and I have to take a look if the cargo containers of the drone fills in any way, because with the sorter block pushing, draining everything that's behind it, it fills the connector up with materials, and I'm not too happy about that. I'm trying to fly this thing sometimes like a helicopter, so you bleed speed by leaning into it. It doesn't work perfectly, but it's better than flying 400 kilometers more than what I had before. Than where I wanted to go. Okay, this thing. Oh, and I can also turn it off, I think. Or yes, it is done. So let us bring this stuff back. We just say 3. The thing is, this thing doesn't take any energy. It's really neat. With the solars, it's just neat. This screen, by the way, it tells you that there are things sending. So there is a main fleet tick and received main fleet tick. That's, I think, from the remote, the follow script. It sees the follow script too. So there's stone in here. We don't really need stone, good sir, but we will take everything that we can get. Okay, basic refinery. Let us take a look. Cargo drone. Oh, it filled up the cargo drone with stone. That's something I don't want to see. We need to set up some refineries on the ship. Okay, that's the cargo drone connector, but it will get emptied out. Okay, we can fly back, call this thing back in, and maybe set up some basic refineries on the ship. Yeah, you see, I've done some stuff. Sorry for not showing most of that to you, but this NDS thing is really something I need to figure out on my own. But I gave you the gist how it works. If you want to have a replacement for Tim, then really take a look at that. Really take a look at this. The Izzy's is, I'm pretty sure it's a really good thing, and you can set up a lot of things with Izzy's too. And I wanted to give this a chance to work, and it seems to work pretty fine. I have to get used to some of the things, like setting up loadouts, or where should what go in what quantity and all that stuff. But I will figure that out. There is a good complete guide to it on the Steam page. I will link NDS in the description below, so you can take a look at that. I would say just to give you an alternative to Izzy's. Although Izzy's and NDS are the scripts that are updated at the moment. So I know why the NDS script is so jumbled in the editor, because you don't need the editor to set anything up. Maybe that's a good way to go with that. I want the basic refinery, and we will just plonk some down here, just so that we don't completely overdo on stone. Big problem could be that we might run into a gravel storage problem, but I will just throw that out if if that poses a problem. Okay, let us bring in the drone. These things are updated, but still slow. It seems, let me show you one thing. It seems that, shh, good AI is watching you. I didn't see that ever. The thing is gravel. I completely got myself there. I hope that works. Sometimes over the distance it doesn't work, but I had good results with it than to just press the button again. I don't have the, you can usually see that. Yeah, something is coming closer. That must be the drone. I've spread out some survival kits over the area so that I can work outside. This freezing mechanic still, it takes work time away. I have the feeling sometimes. I'm still not too happy with it. Okay, this comes back in. This should land then and everything should be good. Otherwise, what else have I done? Yeah, the last thing I can show you is that I'm still digging down here, and I'm trying to set up walkways and tunnels and corridors that we can go through. And so I have worked on this here and closed this off and made it ready for airtightness. Basically, the staircase down here, I need some lights in there, and then here we will dig out an area and then have this as, don't know, a rover storage. I want to be able to see into the area from here, so I want to see if that works out, if I can make a tunnel here and then dig in a way where I can take a look at stuff through the window here, so this tunnel kind of doesn't end so abrupt, and then just have a gate, a hangar gate in the bottom, because see, the things are digging through the ground still in areas where, in my opinion, they shouldn't do that. So the vehicle hangar should come out somewhere down here, and I want to be able to have a platform on top of it. We need some landing platform for the mining machine, and we can't land it there on the ground. So I want to build a big platform here so we can land the mining machine on there. And we need rooms for refineries, for assemblers, for storage, for all of this. And yeah, somewhere higher up a hangar for ships. Good. But people, I think that's all for today. This was a lot of just showcasing. I hope that's okay for you. Or yeah, I hope that's okay for you. We certainly have a lot of new people in the community, and I can only say hello. Hopefully you're not too turned away by me just running around and showing you what I've done. Over the week we will do more stuff, I would say. Good. What else is there to say? Nothing really. It was a bit of a busy weekend, and I used all the time I had to just build up what we have here and take a look at new projects. I'm at the moment trying to work on some things that don't have to do with the series, because the amount of new people, I hope that, don't know, I hope that I can just have that going on, the influx of new people joining the community, and I think I have to do some things for that. So yeah, let me it will not affect the series, I hope. It shouldn't. Good. I would say that's all for today. Hope you liked it. If you did, then please leave a like on the video and leave a comment. That's always appreciated. Let me know if you have any experience with NDS and that stuff. How do you like the now automatically one-click drone that I can just call in from here? All this stuff that would be neat. Oh yeah, if you know how you can get M Masters LCD screens, the automatic LCD, to work through over subgrid borders, then let me know if there's a way. I know that there's a way for Tim and for other things, but the M Master, I don't know if there's a way. Good people. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.